Please, Karen Corla. The Energy Bill 2023 is about putting limits on how much money electricity producers can make as required by European Union rule from October 2022. This limit will affect certain types of electricity production and will last from December 2022 to June 2023. People are concerned because it took our government almost a year to make this law, while other countries did it much faster. They hope this new tax will bring in a lot of money, but we don't know exactly how much yet, Minister. High energy costs are a big problem for people, and the money from this tax should go to help them. This is the second law like this, and it should be in place soon, making between 80 and 150 million. Companies will need to follow deadlines and declare and pay this tax. And again, Minister, I just go back to what I said earlier. Why did it take this long? People have suffered severely in this country over the past year and a half with high energy costs, and you were, like hurlers on the ditch, basically. It's like on the world that you were supporting the energy companies, make sure that they kept up their mass profits and their exorbitant and crucifying profits, while the ordinary mother and father working hard daily were getting bills that they couldn't pay. And I had loads of situations of people coming to me getting extraordinary bills of 700, 800, 900, 1,000 euros. To be honest with you, I do question one thing, and I could be totally out of order here, but the smart meter, and where a lot of houses they've been put in, their bills have gone from being the ordinary bill of 180, 190, 200 to 7, 8, 900. That's an astonishing rise, and I'm just wondering, is the smart meter not that smart at all? Or maybe it is a smart system. Because long ago, people could go to the old meter box and have a look and see the old wheel going around, and if you turned off everything, the wheel would stop. You can't see nothing now. All they know is they get the bill every 2 months in the door and scaring the living daylights out of people. And businesses have gone to the wall, Minister, because of your inactivity up to now. People can't afford to pay the energy bills, and the businesses had to pull the plug and walk away from. Some people after giving all their lives trying to build their business and put their business in place, and good-willed people employing people, and their business has gone to the wall. And I look at other areas that we have severe crises, and I will accept that there's other factors involved in this, but the early childcare sector. A lot of them, I attended a meeting in Cork recently. There's a crisis and there's a protest next week, which I fully support, and a peaceful protest. And their doors are shutting all over the country because of costs. And certainly energy is playing a big part in that. And I will go as far as saying, and it's a different issue, that Minister Roderick O'Gorman has absolutely ignored all of their pleas for help to keep their doors open. These private individuals who are actually, in some cases, many of them are women, telling me they go to their husbands to keep the business going every week, and they're taking it out of his income, his job. And I would say that I was listening to Roderick O'Gorman's several statements. He's oblivious as to the crisis, the childcare crisis at this present time, and mainly because of energy costs and other costs that they can't keep the door open. And he has to resign as minister or be fired, because he doesn't understand the crisis that's out there at the moment, and he keeps dreaming figures out there that's not reaching the people on the ground, and that's one of the issues. But also then, you look at nursing homes are closing. Again, part of it is energy costs and costs they can't survive. I have one down in Belgooly that's closing. It's announced about 6-8 weeks ago it's closing its doors, and to get answers for the people out there, the loved ones inside there. But one of the reasons, yes, the HICU, but other reasons that nursing homes are closing down, they're telling us, is because costs, energy costs, they can't afford to keep the door open. And we made submissions, rural independent group, in relation to like energy costs and whatever. And one of the things we're very strong about is that VAT on solar panels, VAT on installation products. And if there's monies coming from this, it should go towards making them VAT exempt. It's a huge important issue, as people can't afford to insulate their homes. They want to insulate their homes, as they don't want to be putting on heaters or putting on the oil, basically. And the only way they can do that is to try and insulate their homes. And unfortunately, the government squeezes as much money as they can in every way, shape and form out of the people. So I'm asking, Minister, that some of this money might go towards making solar panels and all insulation products VAT and tax exempt. I'd also would like we must go back also, the cost of living for so many people, and they're struggling at the present time. And to think that we had a mini budget only about 2 weeks ago. The mini budget that was always told we could never have by this government, they went and had a mini budget. They put fuel costs, drove them through the roof. The VAT for the businesses who are struggling, who can't pay the electricity, energy bills, they were all hit with the 9 to 13.5% VAT increase. And he had a mini budget. But of course, he done it outside at all times, so he could get away with it. And he did. Well done, the Fine Gael, Fianna Fáil and the Greens. Well done. He caught the cafes, he caught the restaurant owners, he caught the publicans, the hotel owners. They were the people that were struggling already, couldn't pay the bills. But he caught them left, right and centre with a VAT rate from 9 to 13.5%. And that won't be forgotten, because some of those businesses are going to the wall, Minister. They're gone to the wall or going to the wall because of your policies, because of your greedy grab tea. And if you don't catch the poor person that wants to grab a cup of tea or a cup of coffee in the morning, you'll catch him in the filling station because he shoved up the price of fuel. That's Fianna Fáil, that's Fine Gael's delivery, and the Green delivery to the people of this country. It's hit them every way you can to squeeze as much as you can out of their pocket so you can have a great budget day and you can blow what a great deal you've done. But you've squeezed the money out of their pocket in other ways. But people are well aware of what's going on there out there. And I'm more worried that some of this money you're going to get has to go back to the people out there that are suffering, people that are have disabilities, elderly people. They all need to have some bit of a break here. Like last year, you were giving some energy rebates. I don't think you've got anything this year. And people are still paying high, exorbitant fees. So, Minister, there's an awful lot to be done here. It's astonishing that it took about a year and a half for you to decide, well, it's time now to wake up and do something about it. I'm asking you to go further and do something about it. I'm asking to see real delivery that goes back to the people. Go back to the people that are finding it difficult to run their pubs, their restaurants, their cafes or whatever. Go back to the elderly, go back to people with disabilities and give some relief to those going forward.